I just can't do it. I just can't work a 9 to 5 anymore. This is the thing, guys. By the way, my name's Isaac. Raw, unedited. You want to do something great because you're on this video. The video is titled, I can't work a 9 to 5, ... That's what it's titled. So if you clicked on it, you must want to do something great. Okay? So if you can't watch to the end of this video, you're a bit of a monkey. You're a dopamine monkey. Maybe I'm a monkey. Who knows? I just can't work a 9 to 5. And I'm sure you don't want to as well. I genuinely think a 9 to 5 has to be the worst trade-off known to man. But on top of that, the fact that the system, the industry, the government, the matrix, whatever you call it, the fact that they've convinced people to think 9 to 5s are the normality or should be the normality is a bit insane. Slaves back in the day got accommodation and food, and all they had to do is work a portion of the day. And now, with a 9 to 5, you work a portion of the day, you pay for your rent, you pay for food, you probably pay for your car, and you have nothing else at the end of the month to show for it. So ask yourself this question, is that slavery or is that slavery? Yes, there's some people who really enjoy their 9 to 5s, and I'm not taking the piss out of you, I'm not violating you in any way, shape or form. Like, that might be your calling. But if you want something greater in life, if you want time freedom, location freedom, realistically, it's not the one for you. I read a book called Millionaire Fastlane, probably one of the best books I've ever read, one of my top 3 books for sure. And MJ DeMarco breaks down the concept that it's a 5 to 2 trade-off. It's a negative 60% trade-off. You get 5 days of work and get 2 days of rest every week of your life. Maybe you get a holiday at the end of the year. Every week of your life, you give a negative 60% trade-off. I give my friend 5 apples, he gives me 2 back every single week. If you think that's not insanity, then maybe something wrong. Maybe just click off the video, maybe it's not for you. But really and truly, right, the problem with a 9 to 5 is so simple. You work, and work, and work, and work. And then at the end, you get a pension. Wow, a pension, amazing. You get this pot of gold at the end. But you're 55, you're 60, you're 70. I don't even know the average age of retirement in the UK, but at the end of the day, you're too old to enjoy the amount of money you've made. They teach you essentially to go back to university after you've done your bachelor's and re-educate with a master's to get an increased 9 to 5, right? But in reality, it makes no sense. And why it makes no sense is this. Back in the day, it probably was the best path. Houses weren't that expensive. You could buy a house for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50K, pay it off in 3 years and go on to the next. You weren't strung with debt. But now, we have this gold mine called the internet. We have this thing that essentially allows information to travel at the speed of light. We have this thing that essentially allows you to make money from wherever you are in the world. I am in Thailand, I'm in Bangkok right now. I'm on a rooftop pool, I've got a guy swimming behind me. And I make $20,000 a month. I'm not special. I say this in every video because I'm genuinely not. I genuinely am not special. I'm not some whiz kid. You know what pains me? Before I break down and go into how you can maybe start making money online, I'll tell you what pains me the most. I have some very good friends. I went to a grammar school, right? Throughout all my life, from year 7 to year 13, I went to a grammar school in Essex, right? Work it out. I went to a grammar school. 99% of my friends went to elite universities. Oxford, Cambridge, Imperial. One of my good friends was Shivam. He was on Forbes for coding. He was on Forbes for coding. Is at Imperial right now. Dennis does maths and computer science at Oxford University. Matt, incredibly intelligent. And the thing is, they're probably going to get amazing jobs. But I know in any online or business venture, they could triple the amount of money they made just by applying themselves and taking what? Taking risk. Taking risk. I'm going to let you know that you need to understand about positioning. If a 9-to-5 pays you 100 grand a year, ask yourself how much the company is making. Ask yourself that question, because what are companies? They're logical. They're not going to pay you 100k and they make 100k from you, because that's an even. That doesn't even make sense. If they're paying you 100k off of you, there's no reason why they should not be making $500,000 every year. So then ask yourself that question. You can make $500,000 every year for yourself. And I'll let you know. I'm not going to speak about any specific business model. I do high ticket growth operating, and what high ticket growth operating is very simple. You get online creators, online coaches, and essentially teach them or monetize their audiences or skill sets. Yes, they're great at building an audience, and in fact, before I say but, they may also be great at making money and monetizing their audience, but they can't do it by themselves. Information, implementation, and the funny thing is I've got my client right behind the camera, that's why I'm smiling, right? But information and implementation. You've got to give them the information to monetize their audience or skill set, and then you have to implement it for them. Whether it is helping them with the content, the paid ads, the sales, the systems, the setters, managing their teams, it does not matter, but you help them on the back end so that they have to be the face of the business and maybe close calls. That's what I personally do. But the point is, there are 10 billion ways to make money online. There's e-commerce. My friend here literally does e-commerce. There's trading. My other friend does trading. There's drop shipping. There's cryptocurrency. There's IG theme pages where you post on Instagram theme pages and monetize them through there. There's TikTok, you know? There's so many ways you can make money online, or at least leverage the internet to monetize, and you're still studying at university and, you know, trying to figure some stuff out and do some internships. And look, I'm not trying to piss on anyone who goes to university. I'm still in university, trying to drop out, right? Trying to make a certain amount of money so that I can drop out. But my point is, you're so special. You're better. You're better than this. You might be a better man than me. You might be better than me. And the point is, I'm here and you're not. I'm not trying to be cocky. I don't think I'm cocky. I'm trying to explain to you that they've taught you that this is the way, but it's not the way anymore. It may have been the way 20 years ago. Parents will tell you, be risk averse, you know, just uni. And this hurts my heart the most. I go to university and I see some people who say, I study medicine. And I say, oh, how long? How many years do you have left? 5 years. Nice. Why do you do it? Oh, my parents. Your parents. Who's going to hold the bag? Who's going to be left holding the bag when you realize on your 4th year that this is the most depressing thing you're doing? You don't even enjoy being a doctor or trying to study whatever subject you do. Who's going to hold the bag? Or maybe 10 years down the line when you realize this career doesn't pay as much as it was meant to, or maybe this career fizzled out and now you're left with a degree and nothing else. Action plan, because I don't want to speak for no reason. A 9-to-5 is not bad, but it must be a means to an end. It can't be the forever plan. Work a 9-to-5. I've worked countless 9-to-5s. Even when I was at university, I was working a sales job, building my skills and trying to make money, right? Making money, paying the bills. You have to survive somehow, right? But what you do need to do is, number one, stack up while you're working a 9-to-5, even if it means skimping, even if it means being frugal. Number two, extract everything you can out of the 9-to-5. Extract the skill sets you're going to learn. Number three, build something on the side. I don't care, I've listed enough side hustles for you to do your own research to know what you want to do. You could do what I do, and I don't have a course. I don't think I'm good enough to have a course yet, which is why I'm not going to sell one. I have to wait later down the line till I get my clients even more results. But my point is, pick a side hustle and actually stick with it. Because I said in a reel that I posted last week, you quit too soon. You're never tired when you're winning, you just quit too soon. I promise you, and this is the thing, this is a raw and edited video, this is raw emotion, I'm speaking. You haven't seen any cuts, you haven't seen any scripts or things, like, my phone's right here, I'm not using it, right? to understand that number one, you can do this. And number two, put the plan in place, and it's not as difficult as you think. I think what's more difficult is working a job that you actually hate for years, or maybe you started and you liked it and then you realized, I want to go on holiday and I can't, I have to wait 3 months, I have to wait till I get my holiday leave, I have to do this and that. Or maybe you want to visit family who's sick or ill, and then you realize, I don't have no holiday left, I'm going to be jeopardizing my work if I do so. Or maybe you realize that your car broke down and you have to buy another car, but you don't have the money to do so. There's too much friction. I'm not going to waffle too much. I'm not going to waffle anymore. But the point is, I can't work a 9 to 5, and I don't think you want to do one anyways. I don't think you want to work a 9 to 5, but if you want to end this video and say, no, he's lying, he's capping, that's fine. But ask yourself and almost tell yourself the truth and take action.